No matter what size your company is right now, hiring one great employee will change your company for the better. In fact, knowing how to attract and onboard talented team members can grow your company's bottom line probably faster than almost any other task you can focus on. And knowing how to work with your current team so that they can become drivers to your growth will give you a level of freedom that most entrepreneurs only dream of. Okay, so most companies fall into one of two categories when it comes to hiring employees. Either they put an enormous amount of time and money into attracting and interviewing and hiring and training a whole bunch of people, or they think that the hiring process and hiring people takes so much time and money that they do the absolute minimum just to get by, which is by putting ads online and then interviewing a bunch of candidates and then just hiring the best from that small group of applicants. Now, both of those techniques, I guess you could call them, work, but one's very costly and one is way too risky. So I'm gonna give you a few bullet points to show you how we develop strong, motivated, loyal team members inside of each of my companies. And this is gonna work for startups as well as high 8-figure companies. And if you follow these tips, you will be light years ahead of most other companies. First, before hiring, we create a strong culture because no matter what you read in books or hear at seminars, in the real world of scaling companies, growth is so much more about culture than it is about team, because great team members are attracted to the right culture. And the best team members are highly attracted to growing companies. So your culture should be built around a quality mission that kind of gets everybody excited and gives everybody the ability to work as a team to accomplish something great. And that's vendors, employees, independent contractors, it's everybody. Now, I know some of you are gonna have some questions as we go through this. So if you have any questions, write them in the comment section below, and either I'll answer them there, or if I get a lot of the same questions, I'll put together a video for whatever it is that we need to go deeper on. But after you put together a simple yet motivating mission, just invite the right people to join your team. And you have to remember something here. When your culture is strong, great people are attracted to your company. And those people are not looking at the online classified ads. You'll find great employees maybe at trade shows or through vendors or on LinkedIn, and you'll also find them working at your competitors. But your best next employee is probably not searching through the online classifieds. So maybe you should stop wasting so much time posting ads and kind of just hoping that the right people are going to show up. I mean, don't stop it entirely. It is a tool, but don't only focus on that. And then make a plan to actually kind of go out after the people that you want on your team. Instead of waiting for them, you go get them. And by the way, hiring the right people is never a one interview process. Most of our interviews take 2 to 3 meetings before an offer is made. And one of those meetings is probably going to be an off-site meeting or out of the office so that I can see how they can handle themselves in a less professional environment. For example, how do they treat the waiter at our local restaurant? Now, I'll tell you right now, if they treat them like crap, I doubt they're going to be a good fit for any of my companies. Next, job candidates should never be told what the salary is until after you've met with them and interviewed them and discovered their true talent, and maybe even introduce them to your team so that you could both see if there's a fit. What we almost always find is that the best team members will work for less money, right? After they feel like there's a really good fit for them at the company. And once they come on board, they can have an instant, dramatic positive impact on your growth. But what about after you hire them? After somebody comes on board, we need to show them that we value them and their time and their input. And we always find a reason to give our team, everybody on our team, the credit for anything our company achieves. Because the more our team feels like they're part of our growth, the harder they work to drive our company higher. And we meet with them often, right? We have meetings every single day, and they're fast, and everybody comes prepared to give input on how they are going to help us boost the company to the next level, both that day or that week or that month, so that everybody is focused in the right direction every single day. Now, in our meetings, we whiteboard everything because it makes concepts simple for everybody to understand. Remember, your goal is to make each piece of the puzzle transferable so that it's off of your plate and so your team can take ownership of it. And they can only do that if everything is super clear for them. And whiteboarding just helps everything to become super clear. Also, understand this, and I learned this from a very good friend of mine who says, there's good decisions, bad decisions, and no decisions. The very worst decision is no decision. The second worst decision is a bad decision. Your team must be trained to make decisions. and not condemned when they make a bad decision, because bad decisions require more training. But people who can't make a decision usually can't get better through training. And when you're training a new person, remember, they're kind of drinking through a fire hose, meaning you're downloading a ton of information from them, some of which is just naturally going to be forgotten by them. So 3 to 4 weeks after every training, we do a follow-up meeting to make sure that they got it, right? And it's crystal clear. That helps all new team members to gain momentum so much faster. And finally, you need to scale their pay when needed, because most great team members, they're hungry and they want to plant roots in your company and be part of your growth. And they want to be well rewarded for their part of their growth. But here's where most companies go wrong. They assume that their team only wants money as their reward, but that's rarely true. Great employees want recognition, and they want to be taken out to lunch by their boss, and they want certificates of achievement, and they want VIP parking, and they want time off to spend with their family, and they want peer recognition, and yes, they want more money too, but you should never rely solely on money as your reward or think that you've got to be the top payer in your industry. That's very rarely the case. What great employees want more than anything else is to be part of a great team that's growing. They want to be recognized for their part of that growth. That's it. So to sum it up, no matter what size your company is right now, hiring one great employee can dramatically grow your company. And knowing how to attract and qualify the best candidates, like we just discussed, can grow your company's bottom line and streamline your organization faster than almost any other task that you could focus on. And knowing how to work with your current team so that they can become drivers to your growth will give you a level of freedom that most entrepreneurs dream of, right? So it's pretty cool. On the other hand, hiring just one wrong person for a job can be a financial disaster, and quickly it could become a virus that spreads throughout your team and that slows or stops the growth of your company completely. Now, if you have a story about a great employee or about an employee who became a virus, share it in the comment section below so that we could all learn and help each other grow from it. And I know I covered a lot in this video, so jump over to my site and search the blog for the transcripts of this video. We post pretty much all the transcripts along with my personal notes right on the blog so that you can get the most value out of every upload.